Right everyone, the ultimate special vehicle now awaits you in this video that I'm doing. Right, hi everyone, this is a video that's going to show you how to obtain the heavy explosion-proof speeder from the Sicilian Gambit mission. Now, I'd only recommend to do this if you have an unbelievable amount of patience and skill with this version of GTA, because this I think really is the king of special vehicles that I found. Well, it wasn't found by me, it was found by Gabybosskingofspeed, but I figured out a way to get it, which is okay, but it still requires a tremendous amount of luck. But yeah, if you want to go for it, then you have to be on the Sicilian Gambit mission, which is the last story mission of the game. You probably know this already, so you don't have to listen to me babbling on about it. But I could tell you a few useful hints that might make this a lot easier. Now, this is going to take you a very long time, so don't expect this to be a quick, video. It's going to be a long one, and I'm not going to film everything because it really will take hours, but I'll show you the main checkpoints. You have to do the first two stages of the mission like normal. There's nothing fancy here, just get Sal to City Hall, and then you have to do the boat chase like normal. So I'm sitting in a really awkward way. That driving can be quite tricky. I know I'm driving awfully, but oh well. Let's just try and get to City Hall anyway. So yeah, this part's really quite easy. Just have to sort of do the first two parts of the mission. However, later on though, what you really need as well is you need to have a strong vehicle in your garage, your Staunton Island garage, either a tank or a heavy car, basically a vehicle with a heavy property. Or if I were you, I would use the Comprehensiveproof Forelli Excess, and if you're wondering how to get that, check my Invincible car video. I made it years ago, but it's pretty damn good. So I decided not to remake it, but if people really request me to remake it in better quality, I'll do that. So just check out my Comprehensiveproof Forelli Excess video. I'll post a link in the description. A comprehensive-proof car is a car that's bulletproof, fireproof, explosion-proof, and crash-proof. And the crash-proofing is very useful because you have to push the heavy speeder in a blown-up condition into the garage. So basically, the Comprehensiveproof Forelli Excess will not get damaged when you're pushing a vehicle. So it's, all in all, a really tricky vehicle to get, this boat. But it's highly worth it, I think, in a way. Because it's pretty much the ultimate in the special vehicle list, in terms of difficulty and patience. And I recently updated my GameSave database, which does have the speeder in it. And I think I'm the first one that's actually obtained one, so hopefully many more people will obtain one as well. The only problem is it's not a very useful boat because it's just harder to push to the water. You have to use the health cheat all the time because otherwise the boat will just blow up. But I'll demonstrate that later, so never fear. And now we're about to start the boat chase. Almost, anyway. Finally. Goodness me, that took a while. Problem is also, when you scuff this up, you have to start all the way from the beginning. Just take out the Sicilian wise guy, and I'll do the boat chase like normal. The cool thing is, I claimed a really rare colour for the explosion-proof heavy speeder. This one's a sort of grey and blue one. I got a grey and white one, which is much rarer. So I really got lucky in what colour the boat was. So I do have to actually obtain one of these now, a blue and grey one. So yeah, basically what we do is we have to take a boat to the lighthouse, and this boat that we're travelling on is the heavy explosion-proof speeder. So the boat that you're travelling on with Salvatore is indeed the boat we need to get. So try and fight everyone off really effectively so your boat doesn't get too damaged, because it'll be a bit easier if it's less damaged. However, it will always blow up when you beach it, so you can't expect to get this boat on the PS2, because you simply cannot get this on the PS2 without cheating. And you know, I don't like cheating, so I say it's unobtainable on the PS2, but if you want to cheat, then you can. You'd have to type in the health cheat extremely often. It would pretty much be impossible, guys. I don't think I'd recommend it if you're on the PS2. However, if you're really daring, you want to do it, then obviously I'm not there to stop you. I'd be very impressed if you did this on the PS2. I'd be extremely impressed. So, you know, give it a try if you want to. So you see, this bit's just sort of standard shooting, nothing really special. This was previously thought to be an unobtainable boat because of all the difficulties, but Gabybosskingofspeed let me know of an idea that he had, and you have to split up with Salvatore. You've got to try and make him not follow you off the island, because the lighthouse is on an island, and you're both heading there right now. You need to try and steal this boat without Salvatore following you, because if he follows you, well, two things. He's very hard to stay on the boat. For some reason, when Salvatore's on the boat with you, he'll most likely jump off, and also he's a liability. If he gets killed, you teleport straight back to his house. So you need to try and keep Salvatore away from you, because he can die so easily. And also, if you got him to the land and he got run over by a coach, then you're fucked. So you'd have to do all this again. So this is really hard. What you need to do is, as well, you need to try and shoot these guys without blowing up the speeder. Believe me, I know how hard this can be. There's one. Fuck. Okay, hopefully the boat got saved. Yup, there we go. Now you'll see the cutscene. You have to try and separate from Salvatore. This won't be a live video, guys, because this is very hard to pull off. There might be a cut here, just to let you know. Hi guys, and yeah, I screwed up, but I have some really useful hints to tell you. Basically, you know when you kill those guys without destroying their boat? Well, basically that's for an emergency, because sometimes the explosion-proof speeder moves away. It'll move away from the shore because of the crappy weather. The Sicilian Gambit always has crappy weather. So can you see that boat's getting pushed away? You want it to go away, because then you can go and chase it. So what you need to do is just run up here. Salvatore would bloody come with you. Now you have to quickly jump off and get into the other speeder. Like that. Drive away really quickly. There's the explosion-proof speeder. Gosh, it's a long way. Bloody hell. Now we have to do a boat-to-boat jump, and this can be really dodgy. Believe me, this is the worst part in a way. You have to try and jump from speeder to speeder. Phew, did it. Right. Now go. You now have the explosion-proof heavy speeder with you. Stay away from the lighthouse so Salvatore can't possibly follow you. And now you have to go all the way to STAUNTON Island to beach it. Make sure you're far away from that lighthouse. And as you can see, I got lucky. I've got the grey and white speeder, which is a much more, I could say, unique colour. Much more sort of sophisticated. Looks very high class, etc. Doesn't look quite as tacky as the other paint job. But it doesn't matter because they're both the same. Anyway, I just like my colours a lot. So basically, yep, just drive to Staunton. Now, there's a really unfortunate coincidence, because this could be a lot easier if you could beach it on the Shoreside Vale side of Portland. Sorry, the Shoreside Vale side of Staunton Island, because there's a fire truck nearby, a very beachable area, and you could have used the fire truck to push this to the garage, but I'm afraid you can't do that. You have to beach it in one place, and then you have to use Tony alone, or some flatbeds or something, some heavy trucks or security cars, and push the boat all the way back to the garage. There shouldn't be any gangs, especially Forellis now, because you've destroyed Fort Staunton. However, I have been attacked by the Forellis sometimes, so I don't think they're gone all the time, but hopefully this shouldn't be a problem. Right, I've gone a bit too far here, so we have to go over here. And right, you need to beach it over here. This can be really dodgy. So you might as well load up Staunton Island, so this doesn't kind of distort you later, because sometimes when this loading screen comes up, it's highly distracting. What you need to do is you need to beach it here. This is really kind of tricky to explain, but I'm going to stop the boat and use a sniper rifle to show you. Right, can you see where this area is? Just beside the grass. You need to beach the boat there. There, there, there. And if you do it right, it will land on that grass just above. And then from then, you can push it towards the road. So sort of aim for that lamppost. Even though you don't want to hit it, you want to aim for it. So basically what we do is just reverse the boat. Don't reverse it too close to Portland, because otherwise the Portland screen will load up. And then you have to reload the Staunton Island screen again, and it can off-put you a bit. Now sadly, the weather is always crappy during the Sicilian Gambit, so you have to be extremely kind of careful and lucky at the same time. It's really annoying, because if this was calm water, this wouldn't be such a problem. And also another weird thing about this boat is you can't use the camera to look up or down. So yeah, this boat is pretty weird, and I think it can really knock police boats out of the way like they're pieces of paper. So it would be quite fun to have a police boat chase in this. Except I'm driving like a complete idiot, so I need to drive further over here. Sorry about this, guys. You're going to have to get used to how crap I am on boats. They're not easy to drive in real life either. Believe me, they're really not that easy to drive. Like, such things as the wind can just make such a difference when you're driving a boat in real life. The wind just is so annoying. Right, now, let's go for it. Now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I call a fucking beach. Now you have to let the thing explode. Now, we have to push the blown up wreckage all the way back to the garage. So, yep, tedious as it may be, use Tony alone, or use some trucks, heavy trucks anyway. Push the boat down this road till you get to this crossing. Do not go on the highway bridge, but turn this way. And then you want to really go round here, and into the garage. Because for some reason over here, where there's a red square, there's a really steep hill, and you can't quite get the boat up there. And also it's all uphill from there on to your garage. So you need to try and get the boat to the garage, and this can take hours, so I'm not going to film everything. But basically, I've got some hints. If you want to push it really effectively, you kind of push it from the sides. So as you can see, from the sides, and the other sides, definitely get a Trash Master. Trash Master will do a good job. Try not to lose sight of this boat, because it probably will disappear if you don't keep an eye on it. However, there's some good news. For some reason, it doesn't disappear very easily. You know, it's not as unpredictable as the other blown-up vehicles. So you can be sort of quite, you know, you don't have to look at it all the time, but you should definitely try and keep an eye on it. Security car there is fantastic. The top vehicles are probably, you know, to use fire truck, Trash Master, security car. Flatbed is amazing, etc. Looks like I've got this a bit stuck though. This is not really very good. So I need to, push the boat like this. Wow, trees are like a boat's worst enemy. Almost got it to the road. If you always push it from the sides, like that, it moves really kind of effectively. As you can see, now I've got onto the road. I can just get the Trash Master. And let's try a bit of pushing. I'm not going to film all of this because it just takes a ridiculously long time. As you see there. And by the way, Salvatore's now on the island and he won't drown. He won't do anything because you've just completely abandoned him. You have to commit suicide to obtain this boat, just like the Kashin Kazuki's Maverick helicopter, which I discovered. So basically, have a gentle sort of push. Be careful because obviously heavy vehicles deal damage to pushing vehicles, so this will catch fire in no time. Obviously, don't die, because if you die now, you have to start all the way from the beginning. Whereas when you sort of drown Salvatore by accident, you can start off from the boat chase, whereas now you'll have to start all over again if you die. So basically, after a lot of patience, try and get the boat to the garage. I'm going to kind of go as far as I can, but as soon as it starts to become tricky, I'll stop the video. As you can see, I'm smoking already. For some reason, Yankees and mules are shit at pushing the boat. Do not use those. Use a Trash Master, which is actually the worst out of the good ones. As you can see, I'm lucky. There's another Trash Master ahead. I might as well try and get that. I probably won't make it, but yeah. You kind of get the point. And also, when it's in the garage, for some reason it doesn't disappear very easily. I think it's because it gets so jammed in that the game can't delete it. And also, it's a very important boat, because you and Salvatore had to use it in a rail shooter. So I think this boat gets priority in this sort of level. You know, priority game data-wise, anyway. So the game will always remember it, right? Crap, get out. Okay, there we go. Now, push it up that road, basically. Push it all the way up the road here. Remember, push the sides of the boat and it will go up much more easily. And then sort of into the garage. I might film a bit more of me pushing it, but to be honest, it's really sort of intuitive. I can't show you how to do it, but yeah. Good luck anyway. When you're at the garage, I'll get back to you. Right guys, as you can see, I'm now right outside the safe house entrance. Basically, I've just been pushing the boat kind of side by side, really. Just all the way up that ridiculous road. Literally like this. Just push it side by side, and look how quickly the boat will slide across the road. It's the ideal way to push it. Now, what you should probably do now is try and get, I don't know, a decent truck or something, but obviously, as you can see now, I don't have access to a decent truck. Maybe just steal any old car. Try not to get a wanted level, if you can, because obviously that can make things tricky. However, though, when I last had a wanted level, the police didn't try and arrest me. There was some sort of wanted level glitch where the police would come up to me and walk away. So I don't know if that was a coincidence or if that's actually the reality. Because if that's the reality, then you're not going to have any trouble stealing cars and just getting the boat to the garage. This bit's the most irritating part, and I think, to be honest, actually, I'm not even going to use a car because it's hopeless unless you've got a really strong truck. I'm just going to push it the old way, the tedious way, whichever way you want to call it anyway. It's incredibly annoying, so forgive me. This takes a while. Might as well show you how I sort of get around this. If you see, as I said, a security car, trash master, flatbed, fire truck, if you even did see one, get it straight away. Believe me, it would not do you any harm just to risk getting a wanted level for one of those. I mean, they will really help you. Every other car is just utter diabolical. You have to somehow try and push this diagonally. It's really kind of frustrating and annoying, but I'm sure you'll manage after some time. Kind of you push it round, and then push it sort of round again. If you keep repeating that, eventually the boat's going to go down the alleyway. So as you can see, I've literally just gone all the way from up here, sort of down here, across here, and down here. Now I'm going into the garage, basically. It's a slow process, but this vehicle is the king of special vehicles. It's not going to be a quick one. And you've got stupid drivers who keep trying to drive away and push the boat. Now, unfortunately, I pushed the boat out of the alley, so I basically just reversed what I did, which was kind of useful. Oh, this bit is just horrible. Extremely unpleasant. Shoot. Last time I did this, I actually did use a strong vehicle. I think, to be honest, I'm just going to have to use a taxi. Bobcats are just pathetic. And as usual, can't frickin' get into the car because they're jammed up. Okay, there we go. Right. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to have to use a taxi to get this in. If any stronger car comes, then, wow, I'm a lucky guy. Come on, taxi, come on, you can do it. Come on. Nothing's happening. Yeah, this part's a real nightmare. You have to basically experiment with different vehicles. Maybe the Sting will do a better job. Who knows? But whenever you can find strong vehicles, now's the chance. Okay, right. Patriot, that will be better. Patriot's quite a decent choice. Still not the best though, but it'll make a bit of a difference, I'm sure. Right, let's try and get Patriot and do this. Oh, come on. Goodness me, this thing is just ridiculous. Basically, guys, as long as you get it partially in the alleyway, you can do the rest of the work on foot. Oh, there we go. There we go. Don't push it too hard because it's going to slide downhill. Shit. I've gone over the top. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Right, okay, good. Now we just have to very patiently push this towards the garage. If I were you, just use Tony alone. Oh, for goodness sake, come on. Don't get stuck now. Thank you. Don't get... And also, for the love of God, don't push it off the edge. Otherwise, you're gonna be in, like, terrible agony of frustration. Because you'll have to do everything again. You'll never get the boat back up. You'll be totally fucked. Seriously. So try and be careful. Right, this bit is ridiculously tedious. Basically, this is how you push the boat all the way along the road. Also, since this is a heavy speeder, it will push cars out of the way really easily when you push it. So a lot of the strength, you know, from the boat actually helps you. So in a way, this and the other speeder are similar in terms of difficulty, because the other speeder, when you push the boat across the road, it can't knock cars out of the way very well. This thing can, however, so maybe this is actually easier to push in a really odd way. It doesn't make any sense, but, you know, I guess these games often don't make perfect sense. Right, we're gonna get sort of to the garage quite soon. So as you can see, just side by side pushing really does help. Doesn't look like it, but really it does. So get a bit closer to the garage and then I think we'll be fine. There we go. Now what we need to do is we need to rotate it so it's facing frontwards and diagonally. So basically like that. That is the ideal optimum shot for the boat. Diagonally to the right. Right, let's now open the garage. Right guys, yeah, I screwed up, but basically I'm back at the garage. As you can see, I've got a tank and a Forelli Excess inside. So if I were you, drive the tank out. As you can see, the tank pushes that thing really easily. Now I have to reline it. Yeah, basically what happened is I tried to restore it last time and filming it, and I just messed it up completely, so I've had to redo it. But yeah, I'm sure you will understand how hard this would be. So what you need to do, basically, is get the boat really close to the garage door. Now you need to use another vehicle to jam the door open. In my case, it's a Comprehensiveproof Forelli Excess, but it doesn't matter what you use. Put it like as close to the edge as you can, like that. Now this boat in theory should stay in the garage for a pretty long time. It shouldn't disappear straight away. But obviously don't take that as you know, a fact. You know, this is a tricky boat and you need to really just try and sort of get it in. Obviously I've mucked it up a bit. Frick. There we go. That's as far as it'll go. Let the garage door close. And there we have it, an explosion-proof heavy speeder. Now all you have to do is just commit suicide. I'm pretty sure you can finish the mission by completing it, but I don't really want to take the risk. Make sure it's in your garage. Yup, it is. If you want, park another valuable vehicle back in. In my case, it's a Forelli Excess. I do not want to lose this. Park it in there. So as you can see, guys, this could have been a lot more difficult. Because obviously, you know, it could have disappeared in the garage really easily. But it seemed to have worked really well this time. So basically, yeah, do whatever you want. As you can see, it's going to blow up. Whatever. Shoot. Okay, scratch that. Since I've already got Forelli Excess and many other save files, I'm just going to demonstrate to you that when you fail the mission and come back, the speeder will still be in the garage and it'll be all for you. Hopefully the Forelli Excess and the tank will stay here when I commit suicide and come back. Basically, if you want the vehicles to stay there, in a way more likely, don't use any other vehicles to get back to the safe house. Just run there. Obviously, you should have infinite sprint if you're trying to get this vehicle. If not, I highly recommend you to get it, because it will make life so much easier. When pushing the boat, you never have to rest. And to be honest, at this stage of the game, you should probably have it anyway by now. It just makes everything easier for you. Don't even attempt to get a bike or anything. Just run back to the safe house. Unless you don't care what vehicles you're losing, then take another vehicle, but I'm not, because this game relies on a free vehicle deletion process. So I think it can remember 3 vehicles in the game, and if you use any more, then the rest will start to get deleted. So if my theory is right, and it should be because I got this off some reliable sources of information, the tank and the Forelli Excess could still be there, and they are, just like I predicted. So as you can see, and now when you open the garage, the heavy explosion-proof speeder. Holy shit.